Dun, dun, dun. For surely Oski. It looks like we are live. Yes. Back in the building, the Build and Destroy show, ladies and gentlemen. We have HighRize and Mae, of course, but today we do have a special guest. I will allow HighRize to do the introduction while he is driving. Don't
try this at home.
Well, introduce who our guest is today.
All right. Well, we have a very dope, prominent MC artist, and he's got a new project out. He's got gear. He's got a message. He's here to talk to us. He is down with the Do For Self team. He's been a veteran in the Northwest hip-hop scene since I would say the golden era of the Parker Brothers.
Oh, yeah.
And we can touch on that later, but we got BP Parker in the house. Y'all major guests.
Absolutely. I appreciate it. It's an honor, a big pleasure.
Salute.
Make applause if you're so inclined. Well, I'm gonna start it off with I guess a softball question for you, because I had to dig. What made you change the name that you rap under? Because you were originally known as Stretch, correct?
Absolutely. Stretch, one half of the Parker Brothers. Absolutely. So Stretch, that's what anybody that know me back in the day, they still call me Stretch to this day. If you know me just from music, because I was full-time 10 toes in the game, heavy with music. I took a fall into 2008. I went to the feds for 62-month sentence. And when I came back home, it was like, got back with music, but I wasn't really able to make a full commitment 10 toes in. I needed to really focus on different, principles in life, building my real foundation mentally. I couldn't be 10 toes in. And through that journey, man, I fell back for about 9 years, didn't listen to music, no nothing, all podcasts, all information, all family building. And through that, man, me and my brother, still Parker Brothers for life, always. He in town right now. But just as I'm just developing in my own journey and through my journey through the motivation and everything, it's just BP. And that's just what it is. And I created the BP brand. So it ain't nothing that I ran away from necessarily. It's just I'm a complete different person. And it's just like BP. That's just what it is. It wasn't nothing that I'm running from. I love that young man that made me who I am today. He was a part of it. You feel me?
1000%. I like that.
Yeah.
I'll throw it to you, Mae.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you if one of your goals or objectives for the project was to check, all the boxes. Because I noticed listening through it, you pretty much hit every vibe, like every BPM. The concepts varied. It just seemed like you were really deliberate on making sure you cut all the vibes.
Yeah, I appreciate hearing that. I love to hear that. I mean, as far as checking the boxes, not necessarily. I didn't have like an actual box list to check, but that project, it wasn't like an overnight project. That project was my real life, through me growing in real life, just over the years, just recording for self-therapy because I want to, getting in my bag, whatever's going on in life, I can come out right out here. I call it Club Love. I call my garage Club Love, come back, blow something back or something, and really just be on my self-therapy time and getting with Beezy. So through the years, I wasn't creating an album. My intention wasn't to create an album. My intention was just making pure dope ass music. And honestly, it was for myself. I was selfish with it. It was for me. I didn't have no intention of putting it out. I'm not even in art. I wasn't even in artist mode. I was just in growing mode for self. And then that time come, sometime about some months ago, it's like, man, I got so much music. This shit hit me so hard and it inspires me in real life and everybody around me. Come on, let's go package it up and really make it do what it do. Because I'm ready to be 10 toes in because this music represents what my brand represents. The brand represents love, grind, and growth. We've been doing this for year after year after year, personal development, from the clothes, the love is dope. And it's like, man, them boxes, I didn't check nothing on purpose, but I was in my bag like with mass intention. I ain't never practiced rap. I'm practicing rapping at this age just to get in different pockets on purpose, to challenge myself to be in different pockets while delivering that love, grind, growth message, but spazzing out at the same time. You feel me? And you feel me? So it's like it's intentional, but it wasn't a specific box to check, man. I'm just in my bag.
That's awesome, man. I'm glad you were able to arrange a project like that where it's a real journey.
Yeah. I have to make sure that the people can feel like when I speak through that mic, family, I'm not writing something down and going to memorize it and trying to give it to make a good song. It's like, nah, I become a fan of my music first by being into it, soaking it. Like I'm out here in Club Love, rapping it, repeating it, being drenched in it, catching my pockets in my flow. So when I go record, it's like I'm doing a live performance for the people. Like, so you can hear my real energy through that microphone. It's different. And not that anybody or everybody should go that route. That was just my route. It did something special for me. And I knew the people would feel it, but I ain't gonna front. I didn't do it for the people. I did it for myself. It just happened that this is what it is. You feel me? And I'm glad that the people feeling it.
Yeah.
What you got?
I have one more.
Okay.
Sorry,
okay. Go ahead.
One more. I wrote it down on my notes. I wanted to ask, I heard about you being married. I wanted to ask if, your relationship was part of your muse for making this music.
You say, was it part of my news? Or what did you say?
Or like a muse. Like, did you, like you being in love or having your love in your marriage, did that help? Was that part of the fuel?
Oh, hell yeah. Absolutely.
I felt like that's what I felt in my soul, is that
I actually thought that was like the driving force behind the album almost.
Same, yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all recognizing that.
I guess the brick by brick thing, I was like, yo, the marriage is the foundation, so it had to be integral part of it,
Yeah. I mean, my reality is that my wife, we've been through the road. We was together for a long time before we got married, and to a lot of people, marriage is a piece of paper, and if that's what's true to you, then that's what's true to you. But to me, it's different. It's something that I had to be a protector of her mind, her inside, her internal mind. So that made me move different. That made me no longer do things that I would have did in the dark in the past and be that same person that I would have been in the past. It's like, even though I was solid, but after I married my wife, it's different. I got a different responsibility that I live up to. And that changes me. That elevates myself, not just for her, but it allowed me to literally be a different person. And it soared through my music. You know what I mean? A lot of those songs I wrote one of those records on my honeymoon. I wrote one the day before my marriage. You feel me? And I'm glad I'm able to land that. And it doesn't sound like, oh, this is some lovey-dovey. It's like, nah, it's dope, big boy vibes, grown people vibes. The way I'm able to deliver it, that's what I thank God for, being able to catch that bag to deliver it like that. But absolutely, man, I appreciate you asking that.
Yeah, thank you for capturing the moments, man, in real time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It doesn't. It's a love album, but it doesn't come across sappy or romantic. It's like a love is powerful album, and like celebrating the family unit as strength type of album. So that's what we're all about too, as the crew. We're multi-generational. Our kids tried to make music with us, and some of our elder family members have even been on our albums, playing a harmonica or something like that. So we're all about, we heard that, we felt that from you. So, and that's, to me, that's brave and strength to stand on that in this day and age and be a man, that bends and doesn't break, and that's good. I salute you.
All right, thank you, man. A lot of it come to, man, as an artist, when you're not doing it for a thing, for a result, for the people. It's like when you really creating, it's different sides to this art. When you creating for yourself to feel that real feeling. So to me, it's like for this album, I already got my payoff tenfold. Like my real life family right through that door for the past couple of years, hearing this music and what it does to us and our real energy, that's wealth. That's like big boy wealth. So I already got my payoff. And so now that's why I'm so chill and good and able to go the route that I'm doing now, like the proud to pay route, where it's independent. I don't got my music on all the platforms. Whether that's going to be there at a later time or not, that's cool. But right now, we building real community directly, and I'm cool with that because I already got my payoff. I already got the gold. I already got the what what most artists are chasing. Through the grace of God, I already built my foundation and got that. So now I'm able to give. I'm able to actually say, hey, I'm actually to be able to vocalize for independent artists, showing them that, hey, family, when we do these shows, you see how old I am. I get up there, we bring the whole business. We showing up, and it ain't always just about bread, but it is about having a business mind to say, we giving real message, having real impact, and we making real money. But we not doing it because somebody paying me for the music. We doing it because we creating businesses behind the music. And now, and now that feeling that we give, I know how legit and genuine it is. So I feel good about now breaking bread and getting to this business side of it because I'm giving a real product that help change real minds and shift. You feel me? So it's full circle, man. The shit feels great.
Hey.
Congratulations.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I've got regular album questions just that I wrote down when I listened front to back. If people don't have any other broader stuff.
I got a couple questions, but I mean,
Go
how
for
close are you to home so you don't have to dig through your phone to get your album questions?
I'm in Fife, so
Oh, you're
I
far.
got a minute still. Yeah.
You're far. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, we can mix in. We don't have to just stay on anything particular. I do have a question about the album.
Yes, sir.
Your the skits, or they wasn't even skits. It was like the interviewer. I know there's a radio personality.
Yeah,
got to be from
Melissa Monet. Yes,
okay.
indeed.
So I said on the one, it has her saying, she heard the song before, like, and she was asking, what made you put it on the album? My question is, what made you use that as your throughput? What made you choose her and use that kind of a structure of this lady giving you an interview, obviously about this album about to come out, but then the interview is in the album.
Right. Yeah. So that's Melissa Monet. Super big shout outs to her. She's a pillar in the community, in the music community in general, especially independent music. Melodies Merge is the name of her show, her and my guy Kendall. And the vision was, I got this story. I don't want to go in between my tracks and tell people and try to just make up stuff and write scripts. I wanted to real interview, like an actual real interview. And I gave her bullet points, of course, that are related to the song. So I just gave her bullet points, just like love, marriage, grind, just regular bullet points, so she could just flow naturally, asking whatever she chooses, free fall, to connect this story. So we had a raw, authentic interview, my real life, about everything that I knew that would flow. And then BZ2000, our engineer, took that and chopped it up how we needed to and made it fit. So it was super authentic and organic, just trying to play something, with okay, this song, let me think of something to say. I feel that it's important because it's going to come through to the listeners who's really listening. People that really enjoy and listen all the way through, they can feel that truth, and it does something different. And so we landed it, man. It was just a vision I had when I started saying I'm gonna actually have an album, and we landed it, man. I appreciate you recognizing that.
For sure. No, I mean,
shout out Melissa.
Yeah, she did her thing, and it made sense. I just was figuring, what inspired it, and that,
Yeah, absolutely. And I chose Melissa, man, because Melissa Monet, she been on her grind for artists and pushing artists, speaking highly, pushing light, promoting, when she ain't got to get nothing back or whatever, is what she does. She does so much for the hip hop community just with her voice alone that it was right for me. I felt like it was only right to this. This is what I want that really represents. If instead of hiring one that might have a bigger voice or a bigger platform, actually, it was like it wasn't about that. It's about real love to the people I putting in that real work for what I represent, and so that's why I chose her, man. And it have her family.
Yeah, what's her platform for people? Does
So,
she have a weekly show that we can tap into?
Yeah, every Wednesday evening, the show's called Melodies Merged. So it's Melodies Merged with an ED. They do it. It's on all platforms: YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. It's on all platforms. Melodies Merged, and they play all independent music from across the United States, and they sit there and they plug. They just plug people music, new music, break records, the whole nine, man. And they're easy to work with. People that feel that they can't be in certain spots, you email them your records, and they running it. They running it, man. It's a beautiful thing.
Dope. Yeah.
That is. Send us that email.
Yeah.
Okay,
that email
I got you for
before
sure.
it's all said and done. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. Cool.
Oh yeah.
All right. HighRize.
Well, let's see. I wanted to ask. I know who's singing on that. Do you have JD Smooth on there singing at all?
JD Smooth, that's Do for Self Family. On this record, he's actually not. He's not on this record. I got a couple different singers on there. I do all my live shows with JD Smooth. Shout out to JD Smooth. He on all our live songs, but on this particular album, he's not on this one. I got on one of the records, my guy from Atlanta, soul singer Jaha. That's that Smile record, I believe, number 7. That's stupid special. Jaha's on there singing. Coco Soul's on a record that I got, a Parker Brothers record that Ted Danson. You want to go where everybody knows your name. That's Coco Soul. She's out of St. Louis, Missouri. And believe it or not, a lot of those records, family, that's me singing on.
Damn.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, my favorites is That Talk, Get Up, Get Out, Run It Up, and Your Love Is Dope.
Oh, yeah. 4. Yeah, those is all hard records. Yeah. That Love Is Dope. Yeah, that's me singing on Your Love Is Dope. I was just so comfortable in being me. Like I probably ain't never really sung on a record, maybe once back in the day playing around. And this time it wasn't like, oh, I'm about to sing and extend my vocals. It's like, nah, when I'm writing this shit sound dope to me. So this is what we doing. I'm not worried about what somebody else think or if they say because they know me from Stretch and the Parker Brothers. I don't care about none of that at all. It's about just making records that feel good. And then I ain't gonna lie, I got a cheat code too. I got Beezy 2000, man. He's he's the dopest engineer I ever met. And I've worked with so many. You feel me?
Hey, that was first impression, was the engineering, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that stuck out big time.
Yeah. It's super crisp.
It sets you apart, man. Just that alone.
Yeah, and that was the beauty, man. It wasn't like I went and just hired an engineer and was like, here's my music, make it sound dope. It's like, nah, I'm pulling up and we working. This was teamwork. This wasn't just me. We working, we vibing. I give the vision on how I want the song. A lot of times I can get up and leave and he come back and the magic is just magic. And then I work with it a little bit. So that was the beauty. This is the first project I've had where I fully executive produced the whole project. Like, so a lot of the time, I was in my producer bag a lot of this project. I've been done with this project a long time ago. I pull up to many studio sessions. I ain't rapping or nothing. I'm there vibing and listening and seeing where we want the vision and hearing the mixes and all that. That's what fueled me through creating this project. After I write and rap, that's amazing. But just being able to sit in that chair and bring it to life. And having somebody like Beezy, I say, is the cheat code because he can do anything your mind can think of. You feel me?
Yeah, you just don't rap and leave. You stay there and you're part of how that turned out.
Yeah, we vibing, man. It's more than music.
Okay, well, I got a 2-part question.
Talk to me.
It's so I'm looking up and doing my research, and from what I recall, just from memory, you're from you're from Federal Way, but
Absolutely.
your music definitely got the West Coast all over it.
Yeah.
I could hear E40 influence.
I just heard. So check this out. I don't mean to cut you off. I got a lot of family in town right now from St. Louis. We playing the album. So many of them. I've heard that this weekend, and that's the first time I've ever heard that. Everybody from that side are saying I got that E40 influence, and it's a super compliment. But I ain't never heard that. That's crazy.
Well, I'm from Hilltop, Tacoma, so
Yeah.
I'm not from St. Louis, where your family from. Maybe we just got similar ears, but in listening to your voice as you're talking to me, your voice sounds. I can hear the St. Louis. So you've just answered that first question. My second question is, how did you wind up getting with Do For Self, which is kind of like a Tacoma, label where you guys originally, I mean, as the Parker Brothers, it seemed like, yeah, you're repping Federal Way, but you're moving up to the big market, not coming down to Tacoma to satisfy us. You're moving up there to Seattle, getting buzz up there.
Right.
So how did you come back down and mix up with Do For Self?
Yeah, so that go all the way back to 2006. About 2006, we had a union. It was called the BTU, Block Teamsters Union. It was put together by my guy Prez with Presidential Transportation, my guy G Prez, and I was the underboss on that. So long story short, man, we created a big umbrella that we called the Block Teamsters Union, and all kind of different artists, whether you a rap artist, any type of music artist, DJ, anything in the industry involved, we came and sat down at one table and we all discussed each other and figured out a way to all support each other. All got different labels, all got different brands, we all individuals, but we came together under one umbrella to be able to support each other and push each other as one movement, considered the Block Teamsters Union. That's where I met my guy Big Mark and my guy Juice. Is during that time. I knew Mark just from hooping, just from here and there. But at that time, that's where we developed our relationship. And out of all the artists that was there was a few that we connected, like Big Boy connected, like these my people. And so they've been my family ever since way back then. We've been rocking stages together. I'm talking about the whole nine. So fast forward all the way up until now, it's like, man, that's my family for real. Like, those is my guys, even when I ain't doing music. And it only made sense over these last couple of years when I've been dibbling and dabbling with the music. Big Mark Do For Self was the one that threw me my alley-oop for my first show back when I first came back into music after I came home. And so lately, after I got this project and I'm 10 toes in, I hit Big Mark Juice, like, you know what? I'm always throwing up my foes anyway. It's Do For Self, that's family. But like, you know what? There's no reason that I'm not gonna make it 100% official. It ain't no reason. We squad, these my guys, we moving. Every single show I do, me and Juice from Do For Self is doing together. Every show he do, I'm doing it with him. So it's like, man, stop playing, man, with all this individual, the BP brand, me, Parker Brother, man, stop playing. This foes up, we official. I'm official Do For Self, man. That's just what it is. You feel me? And
so I didn't think about it before, but yeah.
Yeah, okay,
yeah.
Yeah.
Flyer. This is a Devin the Dude show.
Yeah.
And then J Mars Relief show.
Yeah, hey, those is from what, 2006, 7, 8.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do For Self, Block Teamsters Union, Seasick Records, City Star Music, Presidential Events.
Oh yeah, you going to the roots. You going to the roots, family.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You gotta bust out the actual factuals,
You hear me? Yeah, I love that. Hey, that made me smile right there.
And look, I didn't even have it prepared. I just went to my little box. I got my little box of old flyers and things that I collected through the years. And when you said it, the Block Teamsters Union clicked in my brain. I said, "Oh, I know I got at least one of those flyers." So yeah, there's
and that's pretty much where we got our formula for of what we doing right now. The formula before I consider myself official do for self just as recent. This is months ago, shit, years ago now, maybe 2 years. Me and Juice already made that conscious decision. Like, hey, family, if I got a plug, I got to play. I'm rocking. We actually start rocking on the same set instead of doing two individual sets, one set. So a lot of people would think that me and J Mar are a group because we rock the same set. It'll be like brick by brick will come on. He hitting the ad libs on there. Next song come in. It's one of his solo records. I'm on there. I'm on the ad libs. We all. And so a lot of people just think we won, which is good because
like
we feed off each other. You feel me? The whole squad, man, is dope. And so we got that formula from BTU, family.
That's wild, because I mean, on this album that you got, because J Mar is one of the artists that I always loved watching, because he's one of the few that he never came with his lyrics in the background. Like,
oh no,
man, there's unfortunately
we don't.
There's few and far between in the underbelly. We're rocking in the underbelly. Every show that I've been to, there's a good amount of people as far as the the lowest tier of the hip hop realm, where the heathens reside. So he was someone that I always loved going to watch. He was one of the first people that I seen use the live band, and it made sense. Of course, JD Smooth. I told him himself he's still the best singer in Tacoma as far as the dude. Probably the Northwest. He's one of the few times, technically in the Puget Sound. But I would say, he's the top echelon, and he got a project coming out. So.
Absolutely.
J Mar sounded hella different on your record, though. See, I don't know what you guys are doing.
Let me tell you. So that record, album's done, pretty much done, 99.99% done. At this time, I call up Big Mark, letting him know, hey, family, like we there. You know what I'm saying? But I'm about to tell him we gonna end it. I gotta make sure we got our do for self records. So, but he was like, hold on, G. We can't be done. You ain't got one with J Mar yet. I'm like, I know. That's what I'm telling you. You feel me? Boom. We get J Mar on the line right there on the spot. You feel me? Like, boom, J Mar tell me, he like, I got a couple records right now that I'm gonna shoot your way. I really feel like it'll fit the vibe for what you're doing and what you represent. You feel me? I'm like, all right, run it, send it. Good Day, that's track number 4 on this album right now. That's the record I got with J Mar and Shay, my Do For Self family. He sent me that record, right? It already got the hook on it and it already got the beat. I liked it. It was dope, but it was real slow. It was like one of those ones you ride to, blow something back or something, and just really chill and be in your vibe. Real slow record. It was dope. But I didn't want that energy. I wanted to flip that energy. Same beat, same everything, same concept, and flip it. Like, and so, like when I come on that thing, I come, and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm jumping. I'm riding that thing. So I called so I called J Mar. I say, family, look, check it out. I said, don't write to that record yet. Don't write your verse or nothing. You ain't gonna feel me until you feel me. I said, man, I'm about to flip it. I want to put a lot more energy into it. So I'm giving him my vision on the phone. So he trusts me, so he know it's good, but he can't follow like where I'm going. You know what I mean? I'm like, check this out. I'm gonna go record the whole record. I'm gonna record the record. I'm gonna get the energy, put the hook, and I'm gonna send it to you. Then write, because you're gonna feel me. You're gonna understand after you get it. And that's exactly what happened. I sent them that record. It's a whole different energy. And it's got the A's. And now it's a party versus just relaxing. And so when he came and put his pen to paper on that, even my brother called me. He said, hey, J Mar spaz. He said, I wasn't ready for that. I said, yeah, he was in his bag. Yeah.
It sounded different. It didn't even sound like him, like sonically.
Yeah.
Let me bring HighRize back in here. He done popped back in.
Yeah, so that was very intentional, man, and I was proud of J Mar because he came and went crazy on something that he wasn't used to doing. But with me, I can go everywhere, my son. Depending on the pocket, on what I blow back that day or where my mind take me, man, I'm going crazy on beats. So you'll be like, wait, he did this to this? Yeah, we about to bring everything out that thing. Come on. You hear me?
Welcome
Well,
back. Where's your questions?
I know Cuddy Mack's on there. Who else is producing on there?
Oh yeah, Cuddy Fresh is on there for sure. So we got Cuddy Fresh on there. Beezy Two Slaps is on there for sure. Between Cuddy, Beezy, I got a couple other producers that I reached out to, found on different platforms that I wasn't familiar with actually, that we just end up building with. A couple of them. And who else we got on there? My guy Jahai from ATL, that Smile record that I told you he sent me, he sung, he actually produced that as well. And so it's about, out of the 13 records that's on there, it's about 6 producers on there. So this is one of the first times I've done that. Usually as well. Usually, you know, Parker Brothers projects, even my last project, it's Cuddy Fresh, it's Jay Hen with the Henny the Business. It's, you know, from the All Town Business, Vitamin D, Jake One. So this was my first time stepping outside of that realm and just getting a different blend of up and coming and going back to some of the core and just making some magic, family. A shout out to all the producers on it, man. They definitely did their thing.
What's that sample on all that song?
Oh, that's my guy 52 Kings.
What's the old song? What is that sample? It was on the tip of my brain.
I would be lying if I told you I remember right this second, but I do know I don't got it right now, but damn it.
It's the old funky soul one I've heard for sure. I just can't remember.
Yeah, he flipped that sample so crazy. That's another one. My guy sent me that out the blue. I just got a random text. He was like, I'm back active. Here go a beat package. And then my other guy, Miguel, called me. He like, oh, this the one. And I like to flip beats. I like to take something and do something where you ain't, what you wouldn't think I'm gonna do on that beat. You feel me? And just take you into a whole different direction. You feel me? That talking like a mod ad, walking like a talking like a mod ad. Like, yeah, I'm about to flip this one. You know, and that one I was in my bag. I have to rap on that one. You feel me? Let me get on here and make sure they still really know. You hear me?
Yeah, I feel like the more aggressive raps are the last batch of the songs on the album, maybe, and the first part of the album is like, you know, maybe a little bit more musical. Maybe the music, the beats are taking the front seat, and then the lyrics and the heat start turning up there towards the end, sort of. Did you mean to do that, or is that just what I
absolutely, man. I want to start it off with big vibes, just like artists, so you can vibe. It's like hold on, this is a vibe, because a lot. So with the people that know me now, like my community, like my internal community, the mass percentage know me for motivation, for the Love Is Dope brand, for pushing this, you know, self-discipline and the personal development company and everything I do in the community. That's where the mass majority of my current following knows me. So like I said, I've been dibbling. I'm just a pure artist, and people know I've been an artist, but like actually full-fledged coming out as an artist, my community know me more from the motivation and everything. So I wanted to make sure that when players hit, you're not like, okay, well, he about to hit us with some motivation. It's like, nah, that's underlining. I'm about to hit you with big vibes. We about to come up off the rip vibing. So once I get you vibing, now I can capture your brain and your mind, and it ain't nothing deep. I don't spit nothing deep on there. All my shit is, even if I am talking mindset and talking building like brick by brick, you're not even really realizing that, because the way I'm hitting it and the way I'm chopping on the beach, you know what I'm saying? And so I definitely want to start it off with big vibes, and then towards the end, like that talk last song, it's like, man, let me get on here and really rap, make sure y'all know who y'all talking to. You hear me?
Hey. Yeah. Heck yeah.
Like I said, man, you was checking boxes even if it wasn't intentional. You just did it. You did it by nature. And I appreciate that aspect of the album, is you was checking boxes.
Right.
Yeah, it's good work. It's a good full project.
Yeah, thank you.
We appreciate that effort.
Thank you, man. That means so much hearing that, family, because you know how many times I heard, like, okay, that's what, as I'm working on it, if I tell some inner people that, like, man, shit, you know, these days, man, just put out three, 4 songs. And I ain't mad at them for saying that, like, at all. Like, I understand That could be a good structure. But once again, this wasn't for the people to judge or anything like that to me. This was like, nah, this is my baby. I'm doing this for me all the way full through, regardless of what anybody says. And so once I'm able to put that out there, to hear you say that, it's like, yeah, that's I appreciate that, family.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Well,
Well,
I got one last
Yeah.
question before we close out. It's actually going more towards your outreach and public speaking. It's really what or who got you going in that direction, or were you already going in that direction? You said 62-month bid. When you come home, I know from personal experience, not me coming home, but I've got two older brothers that have seen the sales for plenty of years, and to turn around and then become motivation to others. There's got to be a strong something behind it.
Right,
Like
right, right.
something's behind that.
Right, right, man. I shout that out, man, a lot to my one of my mentors to this day, man, in my support system. When I came home, one of my partners, man, I never got back in the streets. One time when I came home, like not even a thought, like it didn't even cross my mind, man. I went and took a real life, a minimum wage job. I probably had never had no damn minimum wage job in my life, you know, and I still had opportunity, even on the legit side, to really get busy on a fast track. But I took that back seat to say, you know what, I want to build some foundation. And so to speed that story up, man, my guy that was over the distribution center, he was one of us. I'm talking about like thorough as they come, to this day, still a mentor. And he always was just challenging my mind. I was just there, get a couple dollars. I got my headphones in. I ain't worried about nothing working. And he was always challenging me, like, you know, okay, man, jump on these computers, do this, man, a little dollar raise or something. Why not? Get a couple extra dollars, you know what I'm saying? And as I was going through that, my natural leadership skills just naturally was just kicking in. Long story short, I ended up being the director of the operations of this whole $100 million company when it was all said and done. And when we made the decision to shut down that distribution center, we had already built such a family. Like, I'm able to give so many people opportunities like I was given. I'm hiring felons, the whole nine, building them up so they can have their second chance. So we family. Once we said we was cutting that down and we moving into Indiana, I wasn't on social media at the time. I jump on maybe 3, 4, 5 times a year max. Like I didn't care. I didn't understand it. I'm doing this in real life with the real people. And so my commitment to that whole distribution center when we were shutting it down was like, hey, I see all of y'all on these social medias, on Facebook, whatever y'all on. This is my commitment. I'm gonna jump on there every week, and I'm at least just get some motivation. Talk to y'all, man. Talk. You know, get the energy up. And that was my commitment to the staff, because I know we was gonna be separating, and we built real family. That's what slowly got me on social media. As I'm doing that, just jumping on, I just started naturally getting back in my creative bag. I started doing spoken word, just getting it out my mind. And that just slowly over the years ended up coming back to rapping. It just got back to rapping. And then that's how the brand was created through all of it happening. And it was like I was creating a different me. I was creating a different, I didn't have that same purpose at that time. The purpose was being created. And I didn't know that was my purpose. It was being created as I created a different person. And now being able to motivate, inspire, but more importantly, see direct impact in real lives, it's like, yeah, this right here, this is the goal. It was like I was receiving my pay up front. And now I just start getting in my creative bag at the same time, because that's my passion, being creative. And I'm like, bro, I can make real impact through it now. And I'm business minded. So now I built the brand around it. And so it's just all full fledged. All right. Okay. Well, now I'm doing speaking engagements. It's for the impact first, but it just got created from this person that I developed from just being able to make a difference through that whole journey, family.
Yo, that's super inspiring, man. I mean, it's a real success story. Right. So, man, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
I think it's cool that you found passion and that that seems like really important for people to not fall back out onto those streets.
Right.
Like, you had a greater purpose. You gave yourself a greater purpose. You recognized you had one within yourself, your art, your ability to share it.
Right.
And like, knowing that about you is what was motivation, personal motivation.
Right.
It's a real testament, man, to like you.
Yeah, thank you, family.
Well, hey.
Yeah.
And it only gets better, man. I still feel like I'm just scratching the surface, and I promise you that.
Well, look, this is your first project on Do for Self. You know, they're the stalwarts represent Tacoma all over the world when they travel.
Absolutely.
I look forward to checking you out at whatever the next show is.
Absolutely. Yep. The next show is actually June 21st with Finesse 2 times, and then after that, I'll make sure y'all got the details. We got a few private events lined up, man. That's the real route I'm loving to do. Those live bands curating that grown vibe, and we backdoors at these private events, working our way through these corporate private events with a grown hip hop, because they ain't seen that before. Usually rap and hip hop aren't allowed on certain corporate events, but the energy we bring is different. And so we breaking, busting those doors down, which is a route that I really enjoying right now.
Yeah, dude, I love going to y'all private events and parties. So definitely tap in. You come on and promote anytime, any Sunday before a show. Just hit us up. We'll send you the link, man.
Okay, hell yeah. Absolutely, man.
Yeah, and if you don't got time, to come on, we can always throw up a flyer. Like that.
Yeah, I want to come to Club Love.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Can I get
I got you, 100%.
Send me a link to buy a ticket. I'll show up. I have a verse ready.
Oh shit.
Say less.
Don't tempt.
All right.
Don't tempt. Look,
hey man, I appreciate y'all, man, for allowing the opportunity, man. But like you said, we're gonna keep building. We're gonna keep building, man. Like I said, my main focus with this, through the grace of God, it's like I got this album, I got this package, but it's not like a lot of artists where it's like this is it. So it's like nah, this is just one piece of the puzzle. The puzzle is just impact. The puzzle, you see us out at the vendings with our Love is Dope brand, from everything we got. Is all about just impact. It's impact over everything. So it's just one piece to the puzzle, man. And I'm glad that people are loving the album to be able to connect that, family. And you can find it at thebpbrand.com. Once again, I just want to give a reminder to the people. As of right now, we don't have it on Apple, Spotify, none of the main platforms, because we want to build directly with you. We want, when you come to our site, I can actually get your email address when you listen to the music and download it to connect with you. I can't do that if you go listen on Apple. I have no clue, so I can't have a real connection to build. And I understand that there's big pros and big cons with that. I get it, but I'm willing to live with that right now. While I'm more into building directly. Like, hey man, I'm gonna allow the people to support real art. I'm not gonna cheat myself out of that opportunity just because we can put it on a platform where millions of people can listen. Man, ain't millions of people just jumping on and know you on there anyway. I'd rather take the real independent route and really build real community. I'm okay with that.
Well, we're gonna leave it with that knowledge drop. Yes. Once again, thank you, BP Parker, for being our guest today. Remember, folks, he's promoting that new album, Love, Grind, and Growth. Go to the website, thebpbrand.com. Once again, thebpbrand.com. We are going into our halftime musical interlude for the day. You know how it goes. We be back in 9 minutes and 45 seconds. It's the Build and Destroy show. Make sure your asses woke up. Recognize.
Many people assumed that Dolly was keeping track of his work the way some artists do. And that was not true.
Yeah, thanks, bro. We play music and then we kind of keep bullshit for a little bit afterwards. Definitely you can stay, you can go, you've done your job.
Throw it up, homie. Just 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 throw it up, homie. Your life on film, your highlight reel. Shacked in the fool in your twilight years. Rewind like Nas to your time in the crib. Food on your bed, drool down your lid. Now who is your friend in the end? When you see the Grim Reaper in the rear view mirror creeping and you paint in the corner on him. Keep moving forward, touch the corner, you're coming. I'll be there in a second, but never show up. Always third or second, but never the first. Let's combine our energy and then blow up. But you can't connect with everyone, it just don't work. Still practice dribbling and shooting drills. Skills mastered in the classroom and the field. Build from scratch, years of blood, sweat, and tears. Now tacky is here, so pass me the pill. Just throw it up. It's 2-on-2 with 9-foot hoops. All they want is alley-oops. Just throw it up. It's 2-on-2 with 9-foot hoops. All they want is alley-oops. Just throw it up, homie. 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 Just throw it up.
All these questions, here's the answer. A-Walls, they try to slander. Blocks open, I'm out, run routes like Barry Sanders. Mind over matter, don't listen to chitter chatter. It's going down, down, baby. Better know your country grammar. Pockets got fatter, circle got smaller. Snakes get revealed with the skills of the lawnmower. Respect my travel down the corridor. Reach the room, kick my feet up, locking the door. Used to think skinny, now these big clothes worn. Now my ego smashing like the Hulk with shorts torn. When I get mad, I turn green. Niggas say they want smoke, nah, they just want weed. Cause they weak, the sap with the stems and seeds. We the chronic, DRE and D-O-double-G. Fast break, alley-oop, we can throw it up. They want with the reverse, double pump, dump. Get off me,
It's 2-on-2 with 9-foot hoops. All they want is alley-oops. Just throw it up. It's 2-on-2 with 9-foot hoops. All they want is alley-oops. Just throw it up, homie. 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 Just throw it up, homie.
Hennessy and exotics, cannabis, you feel me? Sponsored, build and destroy, we make noise. All praises due, we the gods. We made it through cause we beat the odds. All praises due, we the gods. All praises due, we the gods. All praises due, we the gods. We made it through cause we beat the odds. All praises due, we the gods. We made it through cause we beat the odds.
And if that ain't the truth, then I have a bridge to sell you. The booth is the proverbial shrink couch. The esoteric think tank is what the briefing's about. I'm as deep as the frequencies that the speakers vouch. In the event that the brainstorm receives the drought, regulate your hormones before you leave the house. I'm landing the upper echelon region clout. Respectable crafts, a reason heathens doubt. My testicles dragged to the street Enrica style. But I never drop the ball in moments needed now. The mechanical mind is guilty of diaspora. Walk afflicted with peace or reviving violent order. I'm sure fire with vibes is filled with silent aura. Mental shrine restorer, different than you kinda sorta. I don't deal with confinement, I'm still inclining via psilocybin. I still to deal with something real and vibrant.
We made it through cause we beat the odds. All praises due, we the gods. All praises due, we the gods. We made it through cause we beat the odds. We made it through cause we beat the odds. Hey, we made it through cause we beat the odds. Hey, all praises due, we the gods. All praises due, we the gods.
my mind at ease, cause I move with the cheese. Sitting with my belly full, them people ain't pleased. They gazed when they placed me in the maze. Mad cause I came out the rat race unfazed. They want me dazed and confused, weak and abused, making up excuses why I always lose. Dad wasn't here, so this is my fear. I'm a fairy like him, pass it all through all these years. Nah, here's the thing, I'm a king, you ain't stopping. Keep it moving, A-Wall, get it poppin'. Gatekeeper, jaw dropping, I'm never flopping. You damn right, this nigga outsmart them. All praises due, cause we made it through. As the saying goes, mama ain't raised no fool to show what I made.
gracious. Flexing on the ages in the matrix. They hate this.
All praise due be to God. We made it through 'cause we hit the odds. All praise due be to God. All praise due be to God. All praise due be to God. We made it through 'cause we beat the odds. All praises due be to God. We made it through 'cause we beat the odds. We made it through 'cause we beat the odds. All praises due be to God. All praises due be to God. We made it through 'cause we beat the odds.
Ninja.
I spit it acidic, the rabbit Hasidic. My knowledge rabbinic, incredibly vivid. It's liquid, pale, it ain't the shit. Now how I can kick it, don't blink and you're missing. My rise has no limit. I'm real issue, but you just a gimmick. I rip it and rip up your ticket. I spit on your border. I can't stop, I have some rap disorder. I'm allergic to the new world order. 253 to wherever you roam. This year I'm taking C4 to Bohemian Grove. Trying to take out all the evil CEOs with one fatal blow. Trying to extinguish they souls. So tuck your chain and hide your gold. I don't care what your laws say. I stay tagging on your city walls all day. You can't stop it.
Handlebar raw man. Hustle in the hallway. Gotta get it all day. 24/7 like all day and always. Murder every beat I get. I do it the raw way. Need a verse, need a perk. All you do is call me. Line in they rhyme. I call them ball face. I had a hard day. I just wanna parlay. Yeah, I ride every beat. Something like a Harley. Say I go hard. Surfers say I'm gnarly. White tee, Levi's, no air heartache. Sipping on dark liquor, brown like Charlie. Swag on 1,000. I represent the quarter trade. Eating up the beat like a hors d'oeuvre on a tray. Okay.
Your boy's turbo with verbal, off the herbal with berserk flow, makes the earth slow, immersing verses flow, reverse curses across the globe, thirsty for hydrophobes, a microphone fiend, the rhyme is straight dopamine, the ninja massacre, where the listeners a passenger, fasten the funk, the beats and licks feel the blast of a pump, I leave shurikens protruding from bruised skin, with more IUKins than Ryukin, it's Sakuma boss movement, y'all moving Moss movement, you silly humans, are dealing with illusions, cause we really do this. Anunnaki, battle posse, Roger Flagrant, Bonnie Agent, don't add epoxy.
When the bongos play, my words go a long way. Off living the wrong way, I'm writing 20 songs a day. I owe debts, paid dues, James Brown, cold sweat, reverse kick, flip, scape deck, your tape deck. Dirty fingernails and pale railroad tracks. Rust-Oleum dripping this wet paint, my witty phrases. Mixed in like a can of nuts. When the drums kick, I cannot stop. Off to beats, instinct animal. Verbs and vowels fill up the rhythm like canals in Panama. Hammer dance speed, horny go weak stamina. Chopping it up on microwave communication devices. Analyzing the post-black president prices of all my canned goods, staples, and fitted apparel. Angle melodic bow and arrow at the minds is narrow. But they don't know what I'm talking about. The ninja massacre attack.
Always got some free flows on me, keyboard got me. Emperor, general, elegant, dialect, transmission, translator, jockey on a computer in a bunker somewhere. Underneath satellite dishes, no cable, flint, all original. Bandana, super ninja, mad traditional, like run that. Universal for sticking them up. Hands in the air, ready, fast, get them up. Alpha P, mastery, speech, heat transference, 1 millimeter. Put a star to each your chest, like gash, flip pop, flip you off your feet into the arms of death, the rest. Killing it, impress. No, we came but the humble sales merchant. One of my out ninja. Got you, killer. Black monster, give it an imposter tracker. Heavyweight talk like linebackers. I'm that ninja in Seattle. My style is mastered. And my ancient technique can't be shattered by anyone. No one. Ever in the universe. One title rapper named Mandalas.
Yes, we are back. Let me do this. Stop. Share. Bring back the peeps. Oh, that's not the right way to do it. Let me tag. My screen.
Man,
is blurry.
Santonio Bandanas is one amazing rapper.
Where's my?
Yeah.
He
My
really freaking took that shit to a whole different world, man.
My favorite song is about him when he lost his rhyme book, or he lost the contents of his backpack, and he's like, "Yo, I lost more rhymes than you probably made."
Yeah. Oh God, that's such a beautiful song.
Yeah, and I was like, man,
Is that on the American? Is that Gangster Nerd project?
Yeah, yeah,
Man,
yeah.
he's such an unsung hero, bro.
Yeah, that's my
I'm a
favorite.
gangster nerd.
He's
Gangster
one
nerd.
of he is for real one of the filthiest rappers you will come across in life.
Yeah, he is a real ninja.
He really is. He really is a ninja with it.
Well,
I don't know how long I was gonna stay on this half. I didn't want to ditch out though. I'm over at my pops. He wants to watch a little of this basketball game with me.
Okay. Well, what's
You know
your
who's
final?
down, right? You know who's down.
Currently, yeah, the Pacers are hurting at this moment in time.
Yeah.
But I was actually born in Oklahoma. People don't know.
I sure did it. I know my grandma's from there.
Yeah. Oklahoma Cowboys. A Sooner.
Okies. Yeah.
What are your guys' thoughts, at least on our guest? I felt like I'm motivated to get some stuff done.
Oh, I think that was a really good guest. He's got his product and he's got it down. He can speak on it.
He remind me of somebody who, even if he's not media trained, he sound media trained.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Oh, you know what? Before we even go into any of these topics, I'm busting out my show and tell since I didn't have mine last week. I wasn't prepared.
I got mine on deck too, mine. I'll be forgetting.
You got?
Bam! I got Jean Grey.
One of the best.
Yeah, she's one of my favorite female MCs by far. Jean Grey this week. I just liked it how she conceptually she broke it down week by week. And then her thank yous on the back of the album is a whole letter. And I just miss those times where credits were a thing, like you shouted out who you loved or who inspired you. And now I feel like people be tucking inspiration, tucking credits. Like they don't be trying to put it out who really gave them the juice. And I don't know if it's pride or what it is, but I love reading old analog albums and records and seeing how it was made organically instead of trying to figure out like a mystery novel. Like, how did this come to be? They used to say it on the back of the album. They used to just write it out like a love letter. Like, thank you, Uncle Charlie, for doing this, or thank you for knocking over the bottle of Pepsi. Like, you made that cool sound. Shit like that was in the linear notes back then of rock albums and hip hop.
Yeah. Yeah, it was almost like, it was a legit part of the experience.
And yeah, shouts to Jean Grey because she's always been really wordy. And that whole thing was based on composition notebooks and journals. And this is just what I wrote this week. And being able to make an album out that's what our guest did. He was good at just capturing moments in time. And that's coming from the Hunter Thompson type lineage. Like, I'm all for that, where you immerse yourself in the story and become part of the journalistic parts. And it just sounds like his album was like journalism on his life at the time.
So I don't know why. I'm sorry to interrupt your thought there, but you sparked a thought in my brain. Did you come up with the Gonzo family? Did you come up with that term?
We had a mutual. Cameron the Viking brought a copy of the Fear and Loathing book, the paperback, and he had it on the table at work. And he was like, "Do you know about this?" And I said, "Of course I know about who that is." It was a mutual connection thing.
So that's how you guys became a
Yeah.
group and bonded?
Absolutely.
And
And
then
Ralph Steadman, the visual artist for Gonzo, Ralph Steadman, stuff like that was already in the DNA. And then it felt like when you meet like another MF Doom fan, like out in the wild, like, oh, you know Hunter Thompson? You know Ralph Steadman?
so how did that grow from you two into the Gonzo family?
Because he literally had the tattoo on his skin. Too weird to live, not scared to die. It was one of those Hunter Thompson quotes. Basically, after I learned that he was into rock music, I was bringing him over to the hip hop. He was in a band playing guitars. I helped Cameron learn how to rap.
You turned him into the Viking.
Yeah, like Cameron got nice, but he was one of those guys that never touched that.
I think that that's fair. You can hear that in his flow.
Yeah,
like,
right?
It's not,
So
there's a rock element to it.
Yes.
There is.
So how does that progress? So how does that progress to the full group? Because I mean, you guys said it was like, you know, a Wu-Tang assortment.
Yeah, it was everybody coming together off mutual. Our source material was very similar. So not everybody knew Tech Nine and Jedi Mind Tricks, you know, and Cannabis and Hunter Thompson. It was a counterculture thing. It was one of those things where everybody that was in that crew, they all had the same similar source material. And it was a Wu-Tang thing because we were all exemplifying the chambers. Like everybody was comparable to somebody else that we've heard before, definitely. You could see where the influence was coming from. But it was totally at the base counterculture. And it was kind of disruption. It was totally Hunter T running for government back in the day, wanting to make the streets grass. You know, he's trying to get rid of the pavement and make everything grass. It felt like that at the time.
There was a punk element to it.
Yes.
I agree.
I didn't mean to interject that, but that was to me that little tidbit that's like some real Northwest hip hop history we just got out of you. So this adds.
And
to
later
our
on,
episode.
like I told Cameron, shouts to Cam the Viking, he just moved out here. A lot of his music and like Rare Concepts music, A-Bomb music, go back to 09, 2010, and tell me they wasn't making like strange music.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of us was making things that really weren't known yet, but you can't say it wasn't in that vein. And everything that Gonzo was doing fit somewhere, and it became a polarizing thing. That's when I knew it could have gone somewhere, is when we were starting to get equal amount of haters versus fans. And we got invited by Sublime to tour overseas, and none of us had passports but Cameron. So it was one of those things where we weren't ready for the moment, because we opened up for Sublime on 6th Ave, and I won a raffle ticket. And then they invited us to go tour overseas in China, and none of us had passports except Cameron. So we were looking dumb in the face. Like, there's certain things that you gotta have in play. That way, when the moment arises, it's like, boom. That was a total glitch. It was like, we don't have that. Because those guys love that. They love the stage presence. They love the face paint, all that. But that really happened. Sublime Band invited Gonzo family to tour in China.
Damn.
In Tacoma.
Wow.
People weren't ready.
That is a story, right? That is one for the ages.
Look, we're getting the history today. We're getting it. Well, off of this segue, my show and tell was just what we had been discussing a little bit earlier this week when E-Tree sent, I guess he sent everybody the text, yo, check out the E40 Tiny Desk. That was definitely cracking. This In a Major Way album, it pretty much, it marks for me the evolution, or me taking rap serious. It's the summer, this came out in 1995. It's the summer of 96. That's the summer between elementary school and middle school. I'm hanging out with my older brother. He's got friends that are much older than him, and you know, they're smoking and drinking and kicking it, and that In a Major Way played so much throughout that summer, and Tupac. It was like the only rappers I listened to is E40 and Pac. Like, that's an E40 lyric, but that was really that summer for me. That 1996 summer before middle school was like, if I could write a turning, you know, that summer and the next summer in 1997. Those two, that would be a Stand By Me movie, but into like a series, a TV series of coming of age, like Stranger Things, a group of friends, you know. But man, yeah, that was a big, still today is an influence on me. So that Tiny Desk concert was real dope. To know that E-Tree's homie was on the keys there, and pretty much, you know, the musical director of things. What did he say his name was? Will. Let me look it up to make sure I properly credit him.
That was funny too. You brought up E40 with the gas, because I really did write that down.
Did you guys drink them all?
Where
Kev Choice.
Maybe we do have
Bridge, maybe?
Kev Choice was the guy on the keys. But yeah. So the topics. We're jumping to your topics first, because mine are less hip hop. This is actual factual hip hoppery. So this fucking Carter 6.
Yes.
I didn't even know that we were at 6, because I stopped at 3. I stopped at 3.
That alone says a lot, right? Or maybe not. I don't know.
So this is without listening to it, because again, I stopped at 3, and I listened to that number 3. Probably more than 1 or 2. But so I didn't even have a real flow through of the constant themes from 1, 2, and 3, honestly. But I remember a lot of the songs from 3. Highway 16, Lager from Narrows Brewing.
Have you had one?
I don't know if I've had that exact one, but I've had a few Narrows Brewing joints. Other than just being named a series.
I don't think anything, honestly.
Dude, the only continuation I see is through the cover.
The artwork.
Yeah, the cover.
I don't mean to diss Wayne, but I don't think he's a deep conceptual artist in that sense.
Yeah.
Okay. We don't have to even elaborate anymore on that question.
Okay.
Let's get to your guys' thoughts on the whole album, because I didn't listen to it, but I've read and watched a bunch of reaction videos. So what are your guys' actual thoughts? Who probably, since I know you guys listened to it.
I didn't yet. I'm gonna let May go. I didn't have time. I didn't check it yet. All that new E40 came out, and then I listened to In a Major Way like 5 times in a row after that, and then And then I don't know, I doubled down, and it made me remember that Sugar Free and Cocaine put out that joint album in 2023 called Sugar Cane.
Yep.
And that album I never really spent enough time on. So then I put that on and I went bonkers on that for like the rest of the week. And that was it.
That's some good West Coast shit to get lost
he totally
into.
Turned me out this
Look,
week. I never went back.
That's some good West Coast shit to get lost into and forget
and
about.
And I recommend that album. If y'all haven't checked it out yet. It is fun, and the BPMs are. It's like 108. It's like fast dance pimp music.
Hey, well, if you didn't know a lot about me, I fuck with Sugar Free hella. I love Sugar Free.
All day.
All right, go do your Carter.
So
yeah, man, Carter. The continuous theme. I listen to music before I go to the news, so I already have my opinion, and then I read the news. Some of the news was basically saying some of the things that I was feeling as far as Wayne can rap his ass off, but the source material and the content doesn't really progress. It sounds like the same raps done over and over again. It feels like the beats don't match the rhymes. It feels like when you only listen to yourself and you're isolated from everybody and living in a bubble, that it could be your detriment creatively. I notice there's things that sound almost out of date or maybe not current. And maybe he's one of those guys that's going to do what he wants to do no matter what. But I was left asking myself, if he did get chose for Super Bowl, what songs from there could have been on that grand stage in that way? It jumps around a lot. The feature guest that we had today, his had more of a continuation and a connectivity and like a juice to it. I don't know. The Wayne one kind of bounces around a lot, and it checks boxes in a way that seems like our guest, his check boxes almost subconsciously. Like it just happened that way because he's in alignment right now with his life. The Wayne one sounded like it was a forced pander to check boxes because there's rock songs mixed with hip hop, mixed with Bono, mixed with Jelly Roll. So it takes you.
I'm looking at this track list right now.
It's like, yo, it's 90-degree turns. Like, if you're making a road, you can make it bend gradually to take turns, right? Expert racers is only making 90-degree turns, but you have these regular drivers, regular listeners listen to this album, and this shit just goes bing, bong, boom, like left, right, left, 90-degree turns. And it really hurt the flow of it. And it's really bloated because it's 19 songs. So it's like a laborious listen. Like, it doesn't flow. And there really is an art to sequencing and arrangement. And my gosh, I wish I would have heard some of those rhymes on there on different beats. Because there are crazy bars on there, crazy one-liners. The stuff that he's always been good at, just the witty one-liner stuff. But as far as nailing down concept or making this a Carter story, I didn't get that. And I don't see how that could have performed on the Super Bowl. Like, more importantly, like if that was your thing, was to make an album that could probably go on there, this wouldn't have been the one.
So that's a great point, because I didn't see that brought up in a lot of the videos and reactions that I saw. What the point you're making is about the Super Bowl, and
like he would have to do a legacy act. He would have to do really old joints, because these new ones wouldn't. I don't think it would have vibrated, and I don't think he would have memorized the lyrics good enough, because he's notorious for not writing.
Well, I
So
think for a Super Bowl, you're gonna do some legacy joints, but yeah, I don't even necessarily think that he would have enough legacy joints that. I guess to me, it's more just the thought process behind you thinking about that, and I didn't hear no one else like bring that up after listening to the album. That was no one's reaction, and now that you say that, my first thought is this would be my whole point for this album right now. When I put this album out, that would be my point, is to prove to everyone
why you should have been.
I should have been at the Super Bowl. Like, that's the point. And and no one's talking about it. You're the first person I've heard bring this up to even take it back to the Super Bowl argument. Like, we totally forgot that this was a whole big deal, that Kendrick Lamar was doing the Super Bowl in New Orleans and it's supposed to be Lil Wayne. And now no one's saying anything about that. Like, it's we just got a terrible album according to the general public. Again, I haven't listened to it, but the general public does not like this, and they like him.
Yeah. For the extremist fans, what songs are there from the album that you would have seen? It ain't good or bad or a diss or nothing. I'm just asking genuinely, which one could you have pictured on there? I guess it's a laborious task to go through and find one, let alone 12 to 15 minutes worth.
You use the word laborious 2 times.
Yeah.
That means it takes effort to
I
get
try to play
through Lil Wayne music. It takes effort.
Because I tried to play it for my girl and she cut it off. I went into the dispensary and came out and she already turned it off. And I was like, well, that says it all, right?
And Lil Wayne used to be, that's the girl's thing. That's how I got to Carter 3. I wasn't like a super Lil Wayne fan.
And we wasn't even halfway through. She cut it. So it ain't just mine. It's the females too.
Well, that's what I'm saying. As far as I knew, he had more female fans than male. As far as fans that buy tickets, there's fans that appreciate rap and say he deserves to be mentioned. Like, the biggest reactions I saw was just talking about, he can rap words. He has rapping skills, but he doesn't have any constant like themes throughout his career to pull on. There's no, like, I wrote it down in my notes, like, every rapper that you think of, you can boil them down to like, what's the either 1 point or a couple points at least. Like, what's the point of Tupac? We'll just use him as an example. Like, he represents kind of the street thug image, but with the actual black history knowledge and connection with activism. And you don't make Brenda's Got a Baby and shit like that without having compassion towards the community. You don't say quotes like knocking on the door, getting to kicking on the door, singing your way in to kicking your way in the door, without having a degree of knowledge and being able to explain yourself articulately. And so, but if I can boil him down, I would say, he's street mixed with Black Panther. He's gangster mixed with knowledge. Something basic. Like, if you were to think about Lil Wayne, I don't know. He's like, I don't know what you would say.
Yeah, right. I was watching the Joe Budden podcast earlier, and he was talking about people that just love rap. Like, they just want to rap for rap.
I figured it out.
And I was like, yo, he brought up Eminem being like that. Like sometimes maybe you just love rap so much that you sacrifice, the song just for the sake of being in your little rappy bag. Because Lil Wayne he's always been a rapper's rapper, but I guess maybe he doesn't know how to like be like, yo, I'm gonna hit it with like a 5 out of 10 this time, or like I'm gonna do a 6 out of 10. Not sacrificing skill level, but just catering to the beat, moving with the beat. Some people let the beat ride them. Some people don't know how to sync to the beat. They're just like, yo, I'm gonna rap over any beat the same way no matter what. And I feel like he needs to release more. And Eminem's like that too. It's so surgical and technical and sterile to where people don't think it has soul no more. And it's because they won't give themselves up to the beat or let the beat take them. They just want to. Lil Wayne has a lot of tracks like that where he's a down south rapper, but he's doing that. He's trying to get all them bars out, the syllables. And Joe saying that today made me think about that. Like maybe Lil Wayne is one of them guys. Like he just wants to do his rapidy rap, and he don't care what nobody else is doing. He just likes thinking of these word puns and stuff like that.
Look, see, you made me think of two things. I thought about
because Eminem is real funny. He's just like, I'm gonna write down any pun that comes to my brain, kind of thing.
But look, I thought about two answers. One is people are gonna hate me for it. My take. Lil Wayne is in the pantheon of child rappers. He's the upper echelon of child rapper, and people want him to be put in the upper echelon of all rappers, but he's not because of conceptual basis. Like you have to be able to draft songs that appeal to old folks and the youth. And he doesn't have those.
Yeah, I agree with that. Would you say he's trapped in a time capsule?
No, I think it's just his direction, because there's things that he's excellent as beyond just the rapping aspect. He, like what you're saying, these kind of word puns and certain things. But the second point was the flow, the flowing, the rapping versus the song making. I guess that's the best way to put it. And the juxtaposition I would put it with is kind of even going with E40, because the E40 got stigmatized in his early career as a fast. It wasn't fast rapping like we think of it now, like Tech Nine, and it wasn't what they call chopping, but it wasn't looked upon highly to some folks. But he always had a musicality and a theme to his music, and he used, like even on this in a major way, if I go to the credits and bust out the samples that we're talking about, the soul samples. What do we got here?
I feel like he made his voice one of the instruments for the beat.
Yeah, and it's
I know those good producers, that's kind of what they do, is they'll make the beat up until the point where it needs the final instrument. They won't complete it on purpose, because the vocal performance is the last instrument of the beat. You know, there's people that approach it like that.
Yeah, so I to me it was just more, I don't know. I feel bad for him, actually.
Yeah, I feel like you're getting jumped.
I feel bad. I feel like someone should have just told him not to put it out. Like there's got to be some, but all the people that are that someone want the money. Because if he doesn't put it out, that's like there's a new batch of money that will come if you put this out. And someone should have just said, nah. Maybe, you can put the songs out different. Like you probably paid these people. You had to pay Bono. Like he didn't just come through to rock in Lil Wayne's studio. like so you paid to have some of these features, but especially in today's age, like you would think he would know better himself, as kind of being popular in social media and just knowing how music works right now. Like people don't even listen to albums. Like the people that are making albums are doing it purposefully, trying to force people to listen to albums in a cohesive manner. Like everyone else is just making singles based music. It may come out on an album, but it's really, I got 5 singles and then the rest of these songs thrown in as filler, which that's, we've had filler is not a new term.
I'm just thinking, I finally do believe Lil Wayne, because I remember like last year when he was talking about Not Like Us and all that, and he was like, I don't even know what that song is. And people
now
like,
you believe him.
How do you not know? Now,
but how would you know who Jelly Roll is? No. But then you would know better not to put MGK if you had any relevance on the internet in the last 10 years. You would have knew not to put MGK on your album. But clearly, I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Yeah, like maybe he really do just be incubated like that,
and people feed him people to feature, or they send the tracks out. That's probably what happens. Is he just makes certain records with like an open spot and shit, and they send them out, and then they come back with these features on them, and he's like, yeah, that sounds good. I don't know who Jelly
Just
Roll
makes
is.
me think he has new management, or he has like a new team than previous. Because he do be out the loop. And I know he's set on record, like, I don't listen to nobody. Like, I just listen to my own stuff. So, I don't know. Maybe he was telling the truth the whole time. Like, I don't know nothing.
Well, yeah, I don't have anything more to say on that. Shoot, we're getting close to timing. Do you want to talk about this Timberland AI artist and the A-pop genre in general today, or save it for next week?
Yeah, we could preview it just by Timberland. He had about a 4-hour live, and I tapped in because the headlines was making him sound crazy. But after watching the whole live, it was a meeting of the minds. It was a build, a classic build, not an argument. Seeing Guru on there, engineer for Jay-Z. I seen Swizz Beats. I seen 19 Keys. I seen L Mind.
So they were all on there.
Yeah, they were just joining in, and they were just.
It wasn't a Timberland bash session. It was more of a "What the fuck are you doing? Tell us."
That's kind of how it started, but towards the end, it was more of weighing pros and cons, and realizing like we need to, establish a committee and a group that can almost be able to discern, what's healthy and what's not going forward. But there's no not doing it at all kind of thing. Like it is happening. It's proceeding. Anybody out there that's taking advantage has been. And you can't just get mad that Black people are getting in on it too. And if you're going to get mad at Black people, get mad at everybody across the board. but trying to single out a man that didn't even create it, y'all are bugging out, is what I was leaving the live with. Like, you guys got to start doing more research, more than the headlines, to understand what's really happening. And if you do want to get mad, there's somebody that don't look like him that you can get mad at, beforehand.
So I know, yeah, we'll get into more details next week, but I want to make sure I understand what you just said because it's important that these
AI's
folks, no, not that part, but that these folks on this Zoom call, part of their, we'll say, call to action, or their the end of their meeting, you got some points, bulletin points of things we need to accomplish, and in that was we need to be creating our own council amongst black and hip hop folks, to where it sounds like we would be leaders in that, what's called what they're calling now, what is it? Not theology, but something with the artificial label on it, but saying that we're going to be making the rules and regulations, because it's the wild, wild west right now. If you've got enough power to train your robot to think for itself, you can do that, and it can become Skynet by its lonesome. But they are saying, no, we as the music community, the hip hop community, because Timberland's ass want to play around with this shit, and will.i.am want to play around with the shit. We already got people in the mix. Let's take the step and really be the power users. We're going to be the knowledge base that knows the most about this, to where we should be creating the rules for everyone, because
that's what
we're going to see the most impact.
Yeah, they're pulling from us. They're pulling from the black communities first and foremost. They get all the juice from us, creativity. We are their muse. So why not have a hand in that? That's kind of what I was left with.
Well, that gives me hope in the long run about, it's not even the artistic aspect, but more about the dystopian future aspect.
And the more I was listening, I was like, shoot, he's trying to do what we're trying to do. So after I actually listened to the man and all of them, it's like, yo, how can I possibly hate when it's stuff that we build on? It's a very similar story. So I look at it like we're all tapped into source. So we're all getting the download. And anybody that didn't get the download, those are the ones that's complaining. But some of us have switched over in a sense, or updated, system update, whatever it is. There's gonna be opposition, and there's people that are moving because they got that feeling, and sometimes you can't justify that feeling yet. There's not always words for these feelings that you get. Like, I'm inspired to do this right now. And sensationalized stuff can get posted on the news, but in the end, if the dude's a genius for doing that, you're gonna feel dumb having to admit that when you were slandering the man. So it's better just to sit and watch. Like, don't speak too soon, I guess.
Or do what they did, is call together the meeting. Now, I think that might, they were doing more than I would have suggested if I was the person suggesting it. I'd have said, let's have this behind doors, not have it a public, or maybe we can decide to publish part of it or some of it if we want, but we ain't about to fucking be going live on YouTube with this level.
No, that's funny you said that. That came up too. They was like, we got.
Why the fuck are we live right now talking about this shit?
You're exactly right. They brought up like the coffee clutches. They're like, we got to go back to old school, like meeting and having coffee privatized.
Yeah, come with the Faraday bag. Everyone throw their phone in the bag. No, leaked really information.
They brought that up, the meetings, all that stuff. We need to bring that back. We need to check in. real personal meetings, real building, not arguing, but building.
Look, see, now we got to get back on it ourselves. If they talking about it, we got to do it. So yeah, I had to text back my salesman at the dealership. I won't be coming because they about to close. But hopefully by next week, be transportational.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, man, you gotta come out here. We've been at the beach.
Well, I'm saying, send me the information for Micah's graduation. I got a couple of days off next week. Tiani's is on Tuesday, so we're gonna be doing some stuff here.
Yeah, we've been out there in the bay, playing in the sand, digging up jellyfish and shells, all that.
I'm gonna have to come out. I'm gonna have to come out for sure. Because the time is now, and time waits for no one.
Yeah, we all need that woosah, man.
All right, well, shoot, this is a perfect ending. We're gonna revisit this whole Timberland AI artist topic next week in more depth. But for now, thank you all for checking us out. Appreciate you. Hit the like button, subscribe, tell your friends about us so we can all meet together and collaborate. But this will be the end of our show this week, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Build and Destroy show.